Welcome to the TO Food Show with Sonia Dee. That's me. And welcome to Toronto. In the first part of our show, we're going to be going out to the community, visiting local restaurants and eateries, talking to the owners, hearing their stories, and sampling their dishes. In the second part of our show, I'm going to be recreating a dish inspired by that restaurant or eatery. So that's what the TO Food Show is all about, guys. So come on, join me on this culinary adventure. Hi, welcome to the TO Food Show with Sonia Dee. That's me. Today we're at Bloor in Islington featuring Spice Bros. So let's go on in and see what they have to offer. Okay, so we're joined today by Jazz from Spice Bros. And thank you for joining us on the TO Food Show today, Jazz. So I'm curious about your name, Spice Bros. Where did that come from? How did that originate?
It's actually, this brand is from Montreal.
Okay.
In Montreal, we do have 10 locations now. We're working on the 11th one. And our family friends, they actually started it in Montreal. So as far as the name is concerned, we were all sitting together, like our friends and stuff. We just literally coming up with the random names and stuff. But then someone said Spice Bros. So it was like, and everyone liked it.
Okay. And I've eaten here a few times. I love the food. It's absolutely amazing. Now, tell me, what kind of food do you serve here?
So it's Indian fusion, actually. So we serve Indian food in a way that, in a way that other communities can try our food as well. But the key is that, but the taste is the same. Like the taste is traditional. It's just the way of presenting it is modern.
Okay.
So that's what we serve in here. It's like mostly butter chicken and rice. We have bowls. And we do have Frankie rolls. We make naan fresh in here in front of customers.
Oh.
So that's our niche thing that we do in here. And say a customer, when he comes in, they can see the naan making process live in our tandoor back there.
Okay.
So, and then we infuse it with our spicy sauces. We have a wide range of sauces, like from medium to the spiciest one.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's like tandoori chicken. You can have various kind of sandwiches like tandoori chicken, butter chicken, chili chicken, and you name it.
Okay, I'm getting hungry already. So you know what? What I'm going to do is I think I'd love to be able to taste your food.
Yeah, for sure.
Something that you can, select from your menu, and I'd love to taste test it.
You like butter chicken?
I love butter chicken.
So you should definitely try
the butter chicken?
Some places it's like you go and it's like too tomato based.
Okay.
And you might go to other places, it might be too sweet.
Okay.
But ours is the perfect blend.
Okay.
Like to be honest, that's the only thing I went for when I was thinking about Spice Bros.
Okay.
That's the favorite go-to dish.
So what do we have here, Jess? Tell me what
we have. Butter chicken Frankie in here, like from fresh naan in front of, like I said, in front of you. We made this fresh naan right off the bat, from the scratch. And over here we have spicy potatoes, and that's what I was talking about earlier. We can substitute this one with the fries.
Nice, yeah.
And over here we have, everyone knows about it. It's a samosa, like it's really popular.
Okay.
Indian thing.
Okay.
The standard one I made it for you.
This tastes really good.
And it's with the naan, right? The naan is like fresh. We literally, it's not like, the thing is, it's not like the packed naan. Go to any other, most of the restaurant which serve sandwiches, they serve the packed naans and stuff. But ours is like, that's the key. We make it in front of the customer.
Okay.
That's like, they love it, they smell it, they see it, They love it.
Just the aroma of it, it's really,
Yeah, it has
it's not
actually.
overpowering,
Yeah.
but I really like the aroma in it. Like I can smell looks like sauteed onions that you may have in here.
Yeah, we do. It's a pickled onions.
Pickled onions. Oh my goodness, they're so good. And this is with chicken. So do you make this with beef as well?
No beef. Actually.
No beef. Okay, just the chicken.
It's chicken. Yeah.
Okay. I really, really, honestly, very, very flavorful. I'm going to take another bite here.
And you can try this too with the mayo, like the spicy, like I was talking about. This usually go with, again, it's personal preference, but it goes well with the mayonnaise, with the tangy mayo. I keep saying mayonnaise, but it looks like mayonnaise, but it's with tangy mayo.
Well, to me, the spice level on this is enough for me.
Okay.
Others may decide differently.
That's the standard one. Like I'm not
right,
sure.
Exactly.
When it's the first time, you don't know about the actual taste of the person, so I just make a standard for you.
I'm trying here the potatoes.
You like it, right? It has we tossed it in the spicy.
They have a nice, well, like a very light crunch to them.
Yeah.
But they're not crunchy like French fries. Really good.
And it's it's not processed like many other restaurants. They use processed potatoes because they wanna make their fries look good.
Right.
They don't care about the actual benefits of it, like the nutrients.
Yeah.
But this one is like organic. It's fried, obviously.
To it. I taste the sweetness in it.
Yeah.
But it was sweetness.
Yeah. Obviously, it's fried, but then the potatoes are like the actual potatoes, not like processed, just to make it look good, kind of thing. There's none of that.
So, Jazz, you've now added a sauce for the samosa. What kind of sauce is that?
We call it sweet sauce.
Okay.
It's a tamarind based.
Tamarind based.
Okay. Heavy on tamarind.
Okay.
And it has a sweet kick to it.
Okay.
So it goes good with the samosa.
Okay, I'm gonna just dip. I'm gonna just try a little bit here. Just dip it in here. If you guys could taste this now. It is very good. The samosa was really good on its own, but with the sauce, it really gives it that extra kick. Really, really good.
Goes well with the crunchy part of the samosa.
Really, really amazing. Well, I'm going to continue eating. And again, thank you so much for having us here and, opening up your restaurant to us today.
Oh, wow.
I really appreciate it. The food has been amazing, Jazz. I mean, compliments to you and your team who put this together.
Thank you.
Guys do a great job. And I really hope that, people are encouraged to come out and
try Spice Bros.
Try Spice Brothers. You will not regret it.
Spice Bros.
Spice Bros. You will not regret it.
Yeah.
I've experienced some wonderful flavors today at Spice Bros. So in the second part of our show, I'm going to go home and create a dish inspired by Spice Bros. So in my visit to Spice Bros, I sampled some of their customer favorites, which included their Frankie roll, the samosa, and their spicy potatoes. In today's episode, I'm going to be creating a dish inspired by my visit to Spice Bros. I'm going to be making a sandwich wrap made with non-garlic bread, and I'm going to be stuffing it with a lightly breaded chicken breast and all the fixins, and you'll find out what all the fixins are if you stick with me. And I'm going to be making a secret mint sauce. It's a bit of a spicy sauce, especially for those who like spice. It's going to have a little bit of kick to it. And I'm then going to be making some sweet potatoes. So stick around as I walk you through the process. So I'm going to list for you the ingredients that we have today. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, a 1/4 cup of coriander, a 1/2 cup of full-fat yogurt, a 1/2 of a freshly squeezed lemon, 1/4 cup of fresh mint, 2 cloves of garlic, and some ginger. And I'm going to show you then how I put this all together to make our special spicy mint sauce. So now I'm gonna start pulling these ingredients together, and actually I'm just gonna blend it together. The only ingredient I'm not going to blend along with this is I'm going to leave the full fat yogurt on its own, because if you actually blend the full fat yogurt along with the other ingredients, your sauce might be a little runny. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna put this all together. So I'm gonna start now with this here. Just pouring everything in. And this is going to be a delicious mint sauce. I honestly can't wait to taste it. And again, for those of you who like a little bit of kick, this is going to be the sauce for you. So I'm going to put my mint in here. And what I'm also going to say is that if for some reason you're finding that your sauce is a little too dry, you can actually put just a tiny bit of water. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the just a little bit of water to my ingredients here. It's just about 1 tablespoon there. Just 2 tablespoons here. And I'm going to actually get my trusted blender, just kind of like my mini magic bullet. And I'm going to come over here and just start blending. Add a little bit of my lemon juice in this here, just to kind of have this blended a little bit more. Oh, the flavors in here smell amazing. So I just added a little bit more water, just maybe a little under half a teaspoon to my mixture, just because I found it a little bit dry. So I just poured that in, and I'm actually just gonna finish blending this now. So, but you can see that it's actually, it's all actually coming together. So I'm just gonna come over here again, because there's not a whole lot in here. Perfect. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add or combine my full fat yogurt along with the mixture. Oh, this smells heavenly. I don't know if you guys can see this here on camera. It is heavenly. Very aromatic. You can smell that mint. The mint and the garlic in here along with the ginger smells really good. Really, really good. I'm just going to mix this in a little larger bowl here. And pour out. Oh, this smells really good. Oh, if you guys could only smell this now. Everything is just blended. All the flavors are coming through. All the flavors are coming through. Very aromatic. And now I'm going to just add in my yogurt. And just stir everything in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit this in the fridge for maybe about an hour, just to let all the flavors infuse. And then when we come back, I am going to start cutting my potatoes. So our sauce is all blended, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a taste test here, just to see how our sauce is coming along. Really good. You taste the sweetness of with the sugar, and you taste that ginger and the garlic is really coming through. But it just needs a little bit of salt, just a tad bit of salt. And again, you can put the salt in based on taste, based on preference. Just a tad, and it'll be great. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to cover this with saran and leave it in the fridge just for about an hour while the flavors infuse. And when we come back, I'm going to show you then how I make the potatoes. Okay, so to make our sweet potatoes, I have a large potato here, which I've just started peeling. And some people actually like to peel it with a bit of a grater, but I just freeform and I, peel it with my hand. So I'm just going to continue just peeling this off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then cut these into cubes. Just small cubes, so that we can actually bake these. Just chopping these potatoes here. I'm going to actually just chop them into to smaller portions. You can make them into cubes if you like, but just in smaller bite-sized pieces. And again, there's no right or wrong way to chop and dice potatoes, just as long as you can actually fit them in your mouth. So I'm just going to continue doing this here, and then it's going to be ready to go into our baking pan. Right now I actually have the oven preheated to 450 degrees. So when our potatoes are finally chopped and ready to go in the oven, it's going to go in for about 45 minutes. 45 minutes, you can check it, but guaranteed these potatoes are going to be delicious. So baking sweet potatoes is the simplest way to do this. I find, and it's delicious. It's of course very healthy for you. So I've finished dicing our sweet potatoes, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it into. This is a baking pan, but what I do is I normally line it with aluminum foil, just so it helps the potatoes don't stick to it, and it's a little bit easier for cleanup. So I'm just going to now pour this into our baking pan. And again, our oven is preheated, so it's ready to go. Put this in, and then I'm just going to oil it with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on it. Just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm also going to just put a little bit of black pepper on it, just a tiny bit. I'm going to just use my hands now, just to move the oil around the entire, all the potatoes here. And once that's done, I'm just going to then put a little bit of aluminum foil over top of it, and then I'm going to just poke it, put some holes in it so it bakes a little more consistently. Just cover this. And I just poke it with some holes here. Don't need too many. And then I'm going to just put it in the oven for about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. And as we do that, I am going to then go and we're going to start on our chicken. So now we're on to showing the process on how I actually tenderize our chicken breast. So I'm first going to wash the meat. A lot of people think that's kind of weird, but I usually like to wash meat with just a little bit of vinegar. Sometimes you can also use like lemon juice. So I'm going to just wash the meat here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice my chicken breast horizontally, because it will help with the process of cooking the breast. Chicken breast tends to be like a drier meat, especially if you're not familiar with how to cook it. So what you want to do is you want to try and make it as tender as possible. So we're just going to slice through 2 cutlets here. and this will be plenty to make our sandwiches. It's just slicing through our cutlets. We have it here. And I'm just going to show you how I tenderize the meat. Just going to wash up. And the tenderizing of the meat is a very simple process, but it's an important process when you're actually making chicken breast. So what I like to do is I like to get some saran. So I take some saran wrap. I wrap this. Again, you're always trying to be careful when you're using chicken, raw chicken. You just don't want to have any cross-contamination happen. So I'm just going to tenderize this here. Both sides. I'm going to finish doing this with all the cutlets here, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to actually season our chicken breast and have it ready to pan fry. So I've now completed tenderizing our chicken breast, and what I'm going to do is I'm now just going to put our dry ingredients on it as a bit of a rub. So in this bowl we have onion powder, allspice, garlic powder, paprika, chili powder, cumin, black pepper with a pinch of salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to just put my trusted gloves on here. And I'm then going to put our rub on this. So again, everything is mixed together. And there's about, to each of the ingredients here, there's about maybe a little more than half a teaspoon. And I'm just going to now rub this in. Make sure you get everything coated. I can smell that cumin. It's very, 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 very powerful. So there we go. So now everything is coated. I'm just going to cover this and let it sit in the fridge for about half an hour, and when we come back, we're going to pan fry it. So now I'm going to show you how I pan sear my chicken breast. I have some new gloves here. So I'm actually just going to preheat my pot. It's meant for pan searing, sort of at a higher pressure, but you can also pan sear in a frying pan. So I've set that on high there just to get warm. I'm just going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of margarine, or actually butter, sorry. I'm just gonna wait to get that sizzle. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour. Again, you can have your chicken, more breaded, but I prefer mine lightly breaded. And some people actually, a lot of people actually, I guess they use the technique of actually soaking it or dipping it in egg. And I don't particularly care for that, because again, I do want it lightly breaded. So all I'm going to do is just wait for this to heat up here. And the chicken breast won't take that long. It doesn't take that long. So all I'm going to do, get my chicken breast. You can hear the sizzle. Lightly breaded. I'm going to just put this in here. I'd say you can maybe cook it for about, maybe 3 minutes aside. Again, they've been tenderized and they've been halved, so they won't take that long to cook. So we're just gonna go through this here and just make sure, just to check it every little while. Yeah, chicken breast doesn't take that long to cook when you're cooking it at this high temperature. Again, this is on high heat. So after about 3 or 4 minutes, I'm just gonna flip this now to the other side. We'll just let that to continue cooking. And I'm gonna finish off the other pieces of it, but you'll see how delicious and how tender this chicken's gonna be. And I can already smell all the spices that went into it. I can actually smell it coming out now in the cooking. Okay, so now just take out our other chicken breast here, but yeah, it's doing really, really well. And again, it doesn't take that long to cook. So I'm just going to show you just some sauteed onions. So I'm going to saute these onions to go in our sandwich, obviously. And sauteing onions, they don't take that long. I don't particularly like raw onions, but I do like them sauteed. So I want my sandwich to be perfect. So I'm just going to continue sauteing this, and I've chopped up my other vegetables, and then once this is done, we're going to then just, warm our naan bread just to get it a little bit crispy, and then basically we're ready to put everything together, including our potatoes, which is now done. So I'm just going to warm our naan bread just to give it a little bit of heat. So I'm just going to put this in here, just a couple minutes per side, you can always even microwave it, you can throw it in the oven, but I find it's always quicker and easier and much simpler just to put it on the stovetop just for a few minutes. So our potatoes are done, and I'm very excited to take it out the oven. Take this out. We're gonna just have a look here. And here it's still sizzling. There we go. Our potatoes are done. And now we're gonna go, and I'm going to just put our sandwich together and eat. So I'm just slicing the chicken breast here. It is so tender, I can already tell. Getting it ready for our sandwich. Can't wait to dig into this. Wish you could all experience this with me, because I'm sure it's going to be a delicious sandwich. So everything's done. I'm just about to taste test this delicious meal. As you can see, everything's been prepared. We have our naan bread, sweet potatoes, shelled corn, chopped tomato, chopped cucumber, sauteed onions. We have our special mint sauce. We have a little bit of lettuce, and of course we have our breaded chicken. So I'm going to put this all together, and I'm going to see how this tastes. So excited. Put some of my chicken in here. Again, this should be very, very tender. Very, very tender. To me, the breast is the best part of the chicken. A little bit of chicken. I'm going to add in some sauteed onions here. I'm going to go for some cucumbers. tomatoes. Look at all those colors, huh? I'm sure you wish you were here. Some corn. Oops. A little bit of lettuce. A little bit of lettuce. And I'm going to add my sauce. So I'm going to just put my sauce on the edge here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sweet potatoes on the side. Sweet potatoes are very, very tender. They're very tender. So it's done. And I'm ready now to do our taste test. So I'm going to just roll my wrap. Can't wait to try this mint sauce. Roll my wrap. What a mouthful, guys, sorry. This is so good. That mint sauce with a little bit of kick really adds to this wrap. Just all the flavors in it. I can taste the cumin, the coriander, just everything. It's delicious. It's perfect. It's done. The chicken, very tender. I'm gonna try my potatoes now. Delicious. Very sweet. Again, that little bit of black pepper on it really does add to it, but it's perfectly done. The sandwich is perfectly done. I can't say enough about this sandwich, guys. So I'm gonna get back to eating this delicious meal, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining us on the TO Food Show with Sonia Dee. That's me. See you on the next episode. So thanks again for watching the TO Food Show. Like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow the channel and bring you more great content.